Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at something very cool, which is coming around in Japan. What is that, you say? It's a new version of Roxanne. And this might be the point in the video where you go, Wossy, mate, we didn't need a new version of Roxanne. We were perfectly fine without a new version of Roxanne. And that absolutely might be the case, in which case, yeah. All right. Cool. There we go. Excellent. But I'm telling you right now, this is an incredibly cool card. Will we ever get it, though? That is a very, very interesting question. You see, this is being given out as an extra Battle Day card over in Japan. And it is replacing Irida. This Irida. And this is the point where a bunch of you go, well, hang on a second. We don't have that Irida. Yes, correct. We don't. We had the Irida from Astral Radiance, and then the full art Irida from Astral Radiance, and the Rainbow Rare Irida from Astral Radiance. And then we had the lovely full art one from Crown Zenith with all of her team, but we never got this one. Now, I'm not saying we will never get it, but I'm saying that as it stands at the moment, we don't have that card. And if I'm sitting here saying we never got the Irida, it's probably at least a fair chance that we're never getting a Roxanne. Not saying we won't, not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that the smart money is on not getting this card unless something changes. Now, what the Extra Battle Day is over in Japan is basically a celebration of, well, what Japan refers to as the extra regulation. Basically, what we know as expanded. And there are a bunch of tournaments that go on in Japan with this, and now this is being given away. And you do get this as a participation award, which is rather lovely. So you turn up, you rock up, you get one of these. I don't believe it's a particularly valuable or difficult to get hold of card. And in fact, I just checked over in Japan because it took 10 seconds to check. It's currently a 280 yen card. That's how much it's going to cost if you go over to Japan to try and pick one of these up. I'm not guaranteeing every single shot will be exactly 280 yen, but you know what I mean. You're basically talking about 280 yen here. Anyone know what that converts to in dollars? About $2. 194 at the current exchange rate. So you're talking about a $2 card. It's not an expensive card, but obviously it's not legal over here. Well, okay, it wouldn't be legal over here if it hadn't rotated out. Obviously, it has rotated out. It's a Sword and Shield era card, but even if you go to Expanded, this wouldn't be legal. And essentially, what this is just Japan's way of giving more love to Expanded than we do. Having these extra battle days with these exclusive promos, these alternate art promos, where they kind of come along and go, hey, look, we like Expanded, you like Expanded. Here's a fun little promo that you can have to play when you play Expanded. That's kind of awesome. We don't have this card, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have this card. And if we don't have the Irida, I think it's fair to assume we're not going to get the Roxanne. And frankly, it does make a bit of sense because over in Japan, Expanded is quite a lot bigger. At the Champions League in Aichi, they had an 800-player, roughly, Expanded event. 800 players. Now, I gotta tell you, Expanded is, it's not quite as varied a format as some other formats you might have found. Here, for instance, is the top 12 from the Champions League Aichi. Shout out to Takuya Baba there, who managed to get 7th place with Slacking Valplume, because positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 all went to Regia Drago. Shout out to Daichi Shimada, a well-known Japanese player, got second at Worlds a little while back, who managed to get 12th there. name you might recognize. So, yeah, okay, fine. Expanded is not the most varied of formats, I think it's fair to say. And I apologize for that. But that's not the point, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the point. Still a cool format, and an awful lot of people love it. Now, as for this Roxanne, it has rotated out of standard. It was in Astral Radiance, like we saw with Irida. And we've got a bunch of different versions of Roxanne. We don't need a brand new version of Roxanne, because what we've got here is obviously the regular from Astral Radiance, and then the full art from Astral Radiance, and then the Rainbow Rare from Astral Radiance, and then the fancy version, the full art from Crown Zenith. And if anybody's wondering, yes, that is exactly the same as we saw from Irida. Same types of cards, released in the same way, in the same sets and all of that. I just love that Japan are doing this. I love that they're giving love to the expanded format. I love that these cards are coming out. It is a bit unusual here to see this changing in June, I believe. If I remember correctly, and shout out to lovely Primal Lugia, who has also pointed this out, they tend to do this, like, at the end of the year. It's like a winter thing, not a summer thing. And they have only switched over the Irida to the Roxanne. The rest of the pack, which I'll show you in a minute, is the same as it was previously. But go to an Extra Battle Day event, and you get yourself Roxanne. And it is a beautiful card, it's a beautiful promo, and like I've said, the overwhelming likelihood is we will never get this card. It is very likely that this card will be lost to us forever. We never got the Irida. That came out in Japan 6 months ago. And firstly, there's been no suggestion that we're going to get it. But secondly, why would we? Like, the whole point of Japan getting this card is it's for Extra Battle Day, where they celebrate the expanded format. That's what they do. We don't do that. When was the last time we had an expanded regional? So, I hate to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen, but there's just a lot of reasons why it's probably not going to happen. What was the promo we had before that while we're here? There was the Raihan. Now, this one came around it was revealed on Christmas Day 2023 for the 2024 format, and that was the Raihan Extra Battle Day promo. Anybody want to guess if we got that one? Anyone? I mean, by now I'm assuming you paid enough attention to know that no, we got a bunch of different Raihan. We never got this one. For some reason, the Marnie that was around before that, we don't have there isn't an image on when you go to the actual website, it shows a little splash rather than the actual card itself, but it's kind of cool. I'm keeping it there. I could go and find a scan of it. This will do nicely. And this one came around late 22. Anyone want to guess if we ever got this Marnie? Obviously, we never got this Marnie. So no, we're not getting this Roxanne either. In terms of the rest of the pack, just quickly, which cards are out there, because I do think it's worth having a nice little reminder. What we've got here are stamped straight reprints of a bunch of cards. And let's go through them nice and quickly. Girafarig, Crobat V, which is amazing. Computer Search, oh yes. Then we've got Muscle Band, Pokemon Ranger, that Garboda. We got Trainer's Mail, Battle Compressor, Versus Seeker, Floatstone, Silent Lab, and Double Dragon Energy. Basically a bunch of cards which are particularly cool in the expanded format. And obviously, I just showed you a second ago that the expanded IG Champions League was utterly dominated by Regidrago, and I don't think anyone's going to be surprised to learn that Double Dragon Energy absolutely crucial to that deck. Battle Compressor, Versus Seeker, oh yeah, a bunch of these cards find their way in. Crobat V we see in the deck. You get the point here. I love that Pokemon are doing this over in Japan. I love that they get these promos. And honestly, if they want to mix it up every 6 months rather than every year to give us more cool promos with new art and stamps and all of that, I'm kind of all right with this. That makes perfect sense to me. But for now, I want to know what you think about all of this, and I want to know if you think it's a little bit sad that we're never getting these promos. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Martin Cornwall, who's been around supporting the channel literally since it was a podcast back in 2012. So shout out to Martin for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.